Hello and welcome to another episode of Japanese Anime Mania, or JAM. Now, if you can't tell by the obvious plushie back here, I know about the Vocaloid craze, and I enjoy it. I have a bunch of games that are Vocaloid games, as well as I listen to a bunch of the music, because it's something so different. I got into the whole Vocaloid craze back in high school, and then it just kind of kept with me. It's one of those things to where if you delve into anime or manga, you eventually run into the Vocaloid scene, and you either hate it or you love it. Now, at some points, yeah, when you listen to a Vocaloid song, I enjoy these a lot more because they actually have a story. Watching the video and whatnot, you're like, I enjoy the story, and then some of them are just heartbreaking to watch because they are very well made. And that brings us to today's show, because when I first heard of it, I was like, this is going to be an anime? I mean, it has a good enough story, but the thing is though, I was like, alright, let's see how it works. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe we'll see. So, for today, we'll review the show Mekakucity Actors, or better known as Kaguru Days. Let's go. So on the date of April 14th and 15th, accidents bring these characters together. And that's a good way to put this whole show because it's a lot of coincidences that bring these characters together to do the plot stuff and spoilers stuff. So we follow the characters Hibiya, Ene, Kano, Kido, Shintaro, Momo, Haruka, Mari, and Seto. That is a mouthful. But we follow all of these characters as they go about their daily lives, and as coincidence happens, they all come together and realize that they all have a special gift to where they have the power of eyes. And what it is they pretty much become superheroes, and that's the cool bit of it. But the funny thing is that the kids don't want to be superheroes because they have crazy red eyes and people assume that they're evil or scary, and the kids just want to fit in and be normal. And that goes around a bunch of superhero stories, because usually when the kid or character finds out I can shoot webs or I'm invincible, they immediately want to be superheroes. Momo even brings it up at one point. It's like, I want to be superhero, and Kido's like, don't. It's not a good thing. You don't want this power. Now, I will go ahead and mention that right now you're listening to the cover of UK Yesterday, sung none other by JubyPhonic. So she's right there. So go ahead, click her, subscribe to her, and all that good stuff. Thanks again to Juby for allowing me to use your cover, and yeah, have a good one. For animation and sound, if you haven't noticed, it's the same people who did Bakemonogatari, which is Shaft. And Shaft does an excellent job of just comprising depth perception as well as colors and just oddness of their set design. It just is something unique that you don't see a lot of in anime today. And I like how they try to experiment with all. So you have all the songs from the Kaguru Days project all compiled into this one show. And from there, they're sung by really good Japanese artists such as Jin and whatnot. Jin, Lisa, I can't remember the other two, but there's a couple that are just sing all these songs. Now, I will address the black sheep in the room, because over on this side, you can see that there was some very big differences between the original stream version of Mekakucity and the Blu-ray release. In the stream version, I believe what the problem was that they wanted to make it the same software that the Vocaloid program uses, which is NMD. But the problem is that it's not very well done. It looks starkly different, and it looks very bad in comparison to the other show, because you'll have this music video, which I'll just go ahead and say it's Ayano's Theory of Happiness, which is one of the more emotional songs of the whole series. And then they have soulless puppets. It doesn't work at all. And then they go back to the regular animation after the song's over, which then it just kills the whole song and kills the mood. Now, in the Blu-ray version, I guess they realized that was a horrible mistake, and they fixed it all and redid the whole thing with better quality, as well as we're back to the original animation, so that way we don't have such a stark contrast in the original comparison. Thanks again to JubyPhonic for allowing me to use her cover of UK Yesterday. So I'm going to have video right there so that way you can click on that and go listen to it yourself. And then right there so that way you can subscribe to her. So I'm going to move those over here and here and have at it. So thanks Juby for allowing me to use those covers and keep going at it. Thanks. For the final verdict of Kaguru Project, it's not a bad show. Do not get me wrong, I loved it. But the situation was that with only 12 episodes to work with, granted you do only have 6 or 7 songs to work with as well, it doesn't really help. You don't have the source material so you really can't do much else with it, I understand. And I don't want you to stretch the show out and just make up crap because it doesn't work either in some cases. But here, I felt like you could have, because you did have the light novel and you also have the manga series to back it up. So, for the final verdict, I'm going to say to stream it because it's good for what it is. But the problem is that it's just not that well enough for me to buy it. It is kind of expensive being licensed by Aniplex. See, I did that segue there. And it's streamable on Crunchyroll. So, it is very good for what it is, but it's just kind of too expensive for me to spend $60 to buy one Blu-ray set and get 4 episodes, and then I have to do that 3 more times. It's not worth that much. It's good for what it is, but just go ahead and just stream it if possible. For alternate recommendations, I would have to go first with Da-Da-Da-Da. Yes, Da-Da-Da-Da. Just because the supernatural elements and as well as teenagers, coincidences, and just weird stuff keeps happening in this town. It is really long, it's right now at 93 episodes, there's probably more going on right now, but Da-Da-Da is licensed by Aniplex and is streamable on Crunchyroll. For another alternate recommendation, I would have to go with the Bakemonogatari series. It's really good comedy. We follow the character as he's trying to help other characters with their supernatural lives. And from there, I'm not going to go into spoilers because I will review it at some point. I'm still going through all of them because there are several of them. And it's done by Shaft. So if you enjoyed the art style of Mekakucity, you will enjoy the art style of Bakemonogatari because it is the exact same thing. Bakemonogatari is licensed by Aniplex of America and is streamable on Crunchyroll. Thank you so much for watching everybody and have a good one.